write an act if I can.
At least you're in the right city.
Good evening, and welcome to another episode of See You at USC. My name is Aaron Kerman, and tonight we are joined by the co-founders of The Pie Hole, Matt and Lindsay Hefner. Stick around. Welcome back. I'm here with Matt and Lindsay Hefner. Welcome to the show, guys. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. So I just have to say, I was at the Pie Hole the other day. It is an incredible place. It's such a hole in the wall. For those that don't know, I mean, it's just an amazing. Why don't you describe the Pie Hole to people who don't know what that is?
Well, it started out as, it is family owned and operated.
Okay.
Matt's mother, and Matt grew up baking pies with her. 5 generations actually of pie makers, and we both came out here from for other reasons. I'm from Ohio and Matt's from Pennsylvania, and just back in like 2010 we've been together for 12 years, and he was working in manufacturing and
as a machinist.
A machinist, and he was like, I'm just tired of working for other people. I want to work for myself. My mother talked about this dream, right? Like your whole life.
She's been trying to sell pie in one form or other since I was a boy. She talked about having a roadside stand, and my father was going to open a sporting goods store, and she was going to sell pies in there somehow.
Wow.
It was like the one thing that she did really well, that she loved to do and loved to share. And growing up in a very agricultural area, it's kind of something that everybody did.
Right.
They would grow vegetables or fruits, and they would either can it, jar it, or bake with it. So that's kind of what we did growing up.
And that's also why the Pie Hole bakes seasonally to this day.
Yeah, that's sort of what sets us apart, is that we bake everything within season. We don't use any canned or frozen vegetables or fruits.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just think that everything comes out much better when you do it like that.
Okay, so you mentioned that, Matt, you come from 5 generations?
My great-grandmother and her mother, and then my grandmother, my mom, and then me. So yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, like our pumpkin pie, it is seasonal, so it is not on the menu right now. But when it is, it's his great-grandmother's recipe.
Yep.
So it's pretty personal. We've definitely realized that pie is so personal to people. Everyone sort of has their idea of pie, of what pie should be if they grew up with pie. But we are just baking it the way his family did, and we have to stick by that no matter what.
That's what also makes it very hard to be successful at, is that everybody has their idea of what the perfect pie. Nobody's pie is better than your mom's pie.
That's
right.
Exactly.
So like, you put my mom's apple pie up against your mom's apple pie. It's one of those types of things.
Right.
So
yeah, it's nostalgic.
yeah, it's really hard to make your mark in this type of industry. So,
Right.
But we did want to bring back like the all-American pie shop. Right, so
It is, yeah.
when you talk about like the space and the vibe of it, we felt that that had been lost, and we really wanted to build a community space. It makes us happy that people come and sort of spend time there. And, we have open internet. We don't limit it. We, have a community table.
Right.
People have made friends and been able to bring their, families. And even at night, it kind of turns into a little bit more of like a after the bar kind of place. But,
we've seen people on their first dates
come
back for their
Really?
first anniversary of their wedding.
Wow.
So it's been pretty cool to have something
so surreal
Yeah.
to create that. And then, like Matt said, we were sitting outside and this couple was taking pictures, and we're like, oh, because we get a lot of engagement photos through the Arts District just because it's really beautiful and there's a lot of texture and obviously street art. And they were like, we met here and we're getting married. And I was like, that's surreal that we're a part of your
And I was
origin.
like, don't do it.
Do not get wedding marriage advice from Matt at the bio. Thanks, honey.
Yeah.
We got married 2 years ago.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good date spot. I took my girlfriend there the other day. We went, it was really nice.
What's funny
What?
is also we see a lot of like bad dates there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's no good.
Oh, we've seen some awkward
Uncomfortable
ones. Oh yeah, some super. I almost started live tweeting one.
Are you guys
but
like analyzing the date?
No, we
Like,
just
as
bring
we-
some
can-
pie out. We're like,
Yeah, we're like, we do believe we sell. Honestly, we have it on the wall. If you've been inside, we serve happiness one slice at a time. So when we've seen people a little awkward or a little unhappy, we do feel like
slip 'em
just
some-
focus on the pie.
Some more happiness.
Yep.
A slice at a time, right?
Yeah.
So what made you guys decide to use that slogan? Just was it like something you had come up with?
yeah, really. I mean,
Well, yeah, we've sat around a lot. We don't want to leave out, obviously Matt's mom is our business partner, but she is not here full time. We still have a nephew on the East Coast, so she doesn't want to be far away from him. She comes out about 4 or 5 times a year. She goes to the kitchen, teaches them how to flute pies, which is that pretty little, way the crust is folded. And but our business partner as well, we have a family friend, Sean Brennan, that we don't want to forget.
Yep.
And the three of us sat around a lot and try to define like who we are. I think anybody who starts a business, obviously, mission statements but like the core values. And so we really said we believe that we are selling comfort food, and our product is so good, and our coffee is so amazing that you will be happier once you leave. And
yeah, when we first opened, people would come in and tell us that this was the best part of their day.
Wow.
yeah,
They-
I was in a bad mood,
Yep, was
and
in
then
a
I
bad
came
mood,
here
yeah.
and I'm in a good mood.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's sort of where it came from. We didn't start off with that, and it's pretty bold. And we're actually hiring right now. And when I interview people, I point to it on the wall, and I'm like, it's a bold statement, but we mean it. So our customer service, you don't always win with it, but we emphasize it and we talk about it. We talk about the culture. So we do also want it to be a happy place for our employees as well.
Yeah.
We've both had those survival jobs where you dread waking up in the morning, and I always said it would break my heart if our establishment was that for somebody else. So but it's it's a lot of work because work jobs are jobs, and then sometimes with like this culture of reviewers and bloggers, like everyone's a critic, but we really, the biggest thing about us though is at least we say, we honestly mean, if you come in and you try a slice of our pie and you just don't like it, we will get you another slice, because we feel that even though our menu is smaller, we are in our specialty bakery, we have something for everyone. And we've had people like at the register go, really, like the relief is like lifted off of
like it's
they're
not a
like
final transaction.
yeah,
Exactly.
we're like, don't, like, what's the point of you walking out unhappy and never coming back?
Right.
That's not where, like, so we've never understood that with other restaurant owners or restaurateurs. It's like, make people happy, build that loyalty, and they'll keep coming back.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really amazing. And so, where did the name come from? The pie hole. Where did that come from?
Well, that's a long.
That's a great. Well, it's
First
quick.
of all, like you said, it was a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
And we found the location, and it kind of fit into the area at the time. The Arts District in 2011 was not the Art District like it is today.
Right.
So it was sort of a kind of a more edgy, sort of a hole in the wall kind of place. But also, if you have a pie shop, it was kind of, pretty easy to land on it.
Well, all of that is true, but when we started talking about, this is before we even found the space, we were at Thanksgiving, and my family has a cabin in Michigan, and his parents came up, and his mom baked pies for the first time. And we did start talking about, like, if we were going to open a pie shop, what would we call it? And I always joke because I wanted to call it like Pie Hard, and then the second one, Pie Hard with a Vengeance. But Matt was like, I think that's a little specific. And I was like, well, it's LA. But anyways, honestly, the Pie Hole was the very first name on our list. And I do want to answer this for you because there's some people that consider it to be dirty, and there was a very popular saying that came out in the 1950s, shut your pie hole.
Right,
it means your mouth. We will define that for everyone.
Wikipedia says so.
Yes, and there's also there was a short-lived show called Pushing Daisies where the character on the show had a little pie shop called the Pie Hole. So some people think we named it from that, and I'm like, okay, Pushing Daisies got it from the saying, shut your pie hole. And my mother-in-law, Becky, Matt's mom, obviously, she just loved that saying growing up. She thought it was like the funniest.
Yeah, she liked to tell us to shut up all the time. So
yeah, but yeah, she liked to say that.
I'm kidding.
But we just knew all we wanted to do was sell pie. So saying like this is the pie hole, it makes sense. I think we've talked about we might have named it something different if we went back and had it over, but people remember it, so we definitely love that.
Expanding it became a bit of a hurdle to jump. It's such a popular saying that there are literally other people that use your name, so we had a tough time trademarking it, to be honest with you.
Right, that's a business. If anyone wants to talk to us about trademarking, give the Pie Hole a call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think about that as you grow. We always say it's like, think about if you start a ketchup company, you can't call it like the Bynes Ketchup Company. It's too close, obviously, to Heinz. So yeah, we had a little bit of a tough time getting the trademark, but we do have it. So. Did
you know that you guys wanted to move or bring the Pie Hole and start a company in LA? Because neither of you guys are from here. Did you guys know you wanted to?
Yeah,
bring the
when we first talked about it, my mom was envisioning it opening in her area. And it would just be white noise. Like I said, everybody there bakes. It's just something that they do. So I was like, we need to bring it to LA. There's nothing like that here. There are places that sell pie, but no pie shops. And so that's kind of what she hopped on a plane with a check, and it was like real.
Yeah.
Really?
The minute we deposited that into our bank account, it was a real deal. So it was at first toyed with the idea of keeping it back east, but we just decided it would do much better out here.
Okay.
Yeah, what we wanted to do, we felt like starting in the LA market would give us, that sort of base community, and then hopefully you can go anywhere. But we weren't really thinking about like crazy global pie domination. But
no.
Now we
sure.
are.
Now you are, really.
Now, yeah.
Yeah, we've had the opportunity to expand, and we are taking it, and it's a tremendous amount of work, and it's really scary. But I feel like anybody would if they were in our shoes.
Right. Well, how many locations do you guys have now?
Currently 2.
We have 2.
We're about to open a third one in Orange, Old Town Orange, within the next month and a half.
Wow.
Simultaneously opening one on Hollywood and Vine.
Okay.
And then we are working on one in the Valley and one in the 105 corridor, Downey, El Segundo. We haven't located a spot yet, but those are the ones we have in the works as we speak.
Right.
Yeah, and we've also sold internationally as well.
Oh, you have?
So at the end of the year, we'll be in Qatar.
This is actually breaking news for you.
Okay, breaking news.
No one knows this.
Let's
You're
hear
actually
hearing
the first to hear this.
Okay.
We'll have one in Qatar and one in Tokyo.
Wow.
Yeah. So
hear that, Japan? I know they're listening.
We're coming for you.
Yeah, we are coming.
So yeah, it's super exciting, but also changes the way that you work, because you're not really. My day doesn't revolve around pies anymore. It revolves around pie shops, and developing and setting up, and getting equipment and trying to find vendors and all this other stuff. So it sort of changed the way that we operated. We really had to kind of pull everything together and become more of a corporate entity.
Well, awesome. Thank you guys. So that pretty much wraps up the first segment of the show. When we come back, though, I'm going to be trying a pie. Stick around.
Hi there, Vinny here. You may know me from my other products like the Key Rope. I've got an amazing new product for you that you can't afford to miss. Are you tired of all these remotes? Look at them. They're crazy. What are you, Patrick Stewart? Come on. They got like 10 with like 6 different buttons. You can't do all that math. That's a load of garbage. You can't deal with this. You're the junior VP of sales at Janice Montgomery Scott, who just wants to dance. You know the kid in Bronx Tales, actually, he's not even Italian, he's Colombian. Ditch these boring remotes and make out like a Rocky Mountain goat at Christmas. This is the new Trojan Vision Sensation infrared transmitting remote control device. So you come home from work, long day at work, you just want to watch some Trojan Vision. You just press one button, boom, TV's on. No complicated math. Want to pause? Maybe press the pause button. My cousin did the pause button. You want to turn it off? It's over. Press the off button. Just one button. And for all you health nuts out there, that's right. Get this. Trojan Vision remote, 100% gluten-free. That's right. We tried to make one with gluten. Look, doesn't even work. Now call now and get this amazing remote for just $19.99. And call in the next 15 minutes and we'll include a photo of me at my niece Angelina's wedding, free of charge. Come on, guys. I can't do this all day. Trojan Vision, guaranteed to be good for your money. Yeah, no, seriously, I can't be here all day. Yeah, no, I really, like I got this thing going on the side. Like used library books, okay? You just go in, right? You get like something like To Kill a Mockingbird. You check it out for like a 2 weeks. They don't care. They don't care about that book. Right, you flip that book, give it to a student, like 15 cents. Make 15 cents. I make like 15 cents like every 2 days. It's amazing. It's just like they hemorrhage money. It's incredible.
And we are back. All right, Matt, Lindsay. First things first, I'm just kind of curious about some of the recipes. Like, is there like one secret recipe that no one really knows about? Just like
all of our recipes are kind of secret.
Really?
Yeah. We have mom has her recipes that are family owned, traditional, and we also have a crack pastry team that works 7 days a week. And they have their own recipes. So a lot of the newer pies, like the Earl Grey or the Mexican chocolate, that comes from our pastry team. But Mom brings the traditional pies, like apple, strawberry, the blueberry. So we have a really nice combination of traditional and newer.
But the Mexican chocolate was your idea.
Yeah, that's true. We
come up with a lot of ideas.
You're still coming up with pie recipes
Always.
all the time.
Oh,
Always
yeah,
innovating.
just today actually we Mathematical Pie Day is coming up, 3.14.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Are you guys doing anything for that?
Oh, yes.
We go nuts.
That's like our Christmas.
Yeah.
That's our holiday.
Really?
So last year it did fall on a Saturday, and also mathematically the numbers were like lined up we'll never see again in our lifetime. So
yeah, people were there at like 9:14 in the morning.
Yeah, they had to be there like
35 seconds and like.
So we had a line like around
crazy.
the corner the entire day. So we don't know it's going to fall on a Monday this year, but we're definitely doing specials. So today I had the samples down at the shop, and I was taking photos and stuff. Obviously we're pretty mom and pop. I do all the social media. If you shout out to the Pie Hole LA, Instagram a tweet, you're gonna get me, you're gonna get the owner. So we talk about it with our staff, and we like it to be really like an open sort of forum if people have great ideas. Like our dishwasher, Al, shout out to Al, wants us to do something with a cinnamon toast crunch crust.
I want you to do something.
Yeah,
we did too. So
Are you kidding me? That sounds awesome.
Yeah, but we have this awesome. So, but some ideas. This is a good example. Come just from like our love of like also local, sort of places too, because we really believe in putting everything back into Los Angeles that we can. Like that's why we bake seasonally, keeping everything sort of like in LA, and like our aprons that our staff wear are all like recycled material made in Los Angeles. But anyway, so I have like this love. It's no secret. I have this love of donuts, and our chef loves donuts as well.
I think that's blasphemous, honestly. But
we were like, okay, so we want to be inspired by the fact that like California donuts are like putting like cereal like on all their donuts, right?
Seriously, like Fruity Pebbles.
So we just made a serial killer cheesecake. And so it's
awesome.
It's his mom's cheesecake recipe, because we have like a home. This is not Cheesecake Factory. This is like dense, super awesome homemade cheesecake. Right. put some Fruity Pebbles in there, but we're gonna put Frosted Flakes on top,
Frosted Flakes on top.
and it's the bomb.
It is
gosh.
honestly amazing.
I was gonna ask, like, do you guys do like themed, like seasonal flavors? I guess, like just in terms of like things that are relevant or I don't know, movies.
The Earl Grey, which is our #1 seller, was we put that on because of season 2 of Downton Abbey.
Oh, really?
Because we were really into it.
Yeah,
That's funny.
So
and now
it stuck. You know?
Well, we actually invented that pie. Like I said, we wanted something we were talking with our chef about Downton Abbey, and like we were obsessed with it, and we
There's a
wanted
picture of the Earl
something.
Grey,
Yes, isn't that pretty? So that was because of that, and then we actually invented that pie, and now there's other pie shops in LA that rip it off, and we're kind of like, okay, but you know, home of the original. And then we did Star Wars pies, actually.
I was gonna ask, did you guys do Star
We
Wars?
did, and one of them was the Yoda matcha green tea pie. They are now not on the menu, but the matcha did so well that if you come around 3.14, you might see it again. But we're not calling it the Yoda.
Are you hinting?
I'm
It
hinting,
might be
dropping
there.
but I don't want
Something
J.J.
similar.
Abrams to sue
so
us.
sorry.
Yeah,
So
that would be bad.
It's called the Doya.
we just reversed the name.
Well, March 14th is spring break for USC, so it might be
That Monday.
time to make your way down. You know
Well, if you're
what
not
I'm saying?
in,
Arts District,
Mexico,
Pasadena,
come.
Yeah, and maybe even Orange at that point.
maybe even Orange.
Yep.
It's a week from now. It's not going to be open.
Won't
So
be Orange.
probably not
Nice
orange.
try.
Won't be Orange.
Definitely not Orange.
Yeah, no, we always like to do things, seasonally. We like to do specials. We like to have fun. Our menu does rotate. We put things on. If they don't work, we take them off. And then if people talk about it enough, we will put it back on again. So
We always tell people to check our Instagram and Twitter because that's when we unleash our menu items and stuff like
so you
that.
guys are really active in social.
Oh yeah.
Well, I would 100%. Sure. I don't know how you could run a restaurant without being active in it, but Instagram, I feel like 100% when the new pies are in the shop, you will see them on Instagram. So always check that.
So let's plug your Instagram. What's the Instagram?
Oh, the Pie Hole LA.
The Pie Hole LA.
Yes.
You got it?
All
Pie
of
Hole
that. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It's all the Pie Hole LA.
We don't have a MySpace page though.
LA. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm
We
good you
deleted
guys are keeping
it.
up with the times.
Yeah.
We did.
This is smart, yeah. You guys have a Facebook page.
Oh yeah.
Facebook is the Pie Hole LA. Yes.
Do you have a Snapchat?
We don't.
I mean, I
We're
don't know.
too old for Snapchat.
Yeah, I don't get it.
We may look young, but
You
no.
guys do look young.
I feel like that's so much work. Like I barely have time for the, Instagram and everything. It's like I
Right.
can't imagine having to go through and do like the videos and then they disappear. It's like this, weird 007 Bond thing, right? Like, right, you watch it and then it's gone. Or it's only good for like a minute.
That's what Snapchat is, yeah. Like
So-
5 seconds.
No, but we definitely feel like Instagram is such a visual social media medium. Like
Right.
that's where you want
Right.
And you can generate likes and people start
Yes.
seeing more of it. So.
And we like to see what people tag their friends in because we like to be a little sassy. We like to have a little fun. And we'll put up, sometimes our sayings, and like I did one a week ago that we funded Kanye's Life of Pablo album.
Oh, wow.
And
that's funny.
people, I mean, it got a lot of likes.
I would have, I mean, I've been listening to that album a lot, so.
But we we didn't want Kanye to come after us, so we inverted the Y in the end.
Yeah.
So
That
it's Kanye.
was our strategy.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah.
I mean, he
I
really can't do
don't
that.
want him to come after. I'm scared of him.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
me
I don't
too.
need him to go off on a Twitter rant.
But he probably loves pie, so.
Yeah, I would imagine
He'd
so.
probably get really active in the pie.
It would be nice. We have had a lot of celebrities come in.
You have?
It's nice.
Oh, that's
yeah.
interesting. Who are some of the cool people you've seen there? Anyone?
Well, this is a good story though. Really quick,
Yeah.
we got the email. It was April 1st.
I
2
don't-
years ago, and we have an email that goes around at the end of the night that just sort of summarizes the day.
Yeah.
So Matt was reading it, and he's like, we have this manager, and he was like, she thinks she's really funny right now because she's like Leonardo DiCaprio, Tobey Maguire, Mickey Rourke.
Oh my god.
Literally like a group of people you wouldn't think would be hanging out together.
But they do all, they all have.
Leo and Tobey Maguire, I know.
And Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill.
She goes, they all walked in, and I'm like, what's the date? Oh, April 1st.
Yeah.
So he looks on the cameras, and sure enough,
They were there?
literally all.
The 4 of them?
Yep.
No, that
Together?
entire.
Mickey
yes.
Rourke.
3 of them were there
Jonah Hill
together.
and-
Yeah, Mickey Rourke and who was the original Spider-Man?
Tobey
I said
Maguire.
Tobey
Maguire.
Maguire. Yeah, Mickey Rourke and Tobey Maguire were the ones stood at side, and then Jonah Hill, Leo, and Yeah,
Yeah,
who's the
them.
other person
Yeah.
that I said?
And what did they order? Do you know?
They were at the counter.
A little bit of everything.
Really?
Yeah, Jonah Hill
Yeah, they
kind of
just
went
got,
crazy.
and then like
I'll have what they're having.
Yeah.
So we were like, whoa, that's pretty, but we really make it where if you come down, like we don't want,
try
we're
to
not going to put
make a
pictures
scene.
of ourselves
Yeah.
on the
No.
wall with like celebrities.
Yeah, not one of
like
those places. Right.
we want people to feel, no matter who you are, come in. We've asked people, like Will Ferrell came in one time and he was with his family, and a guy did come up and was like, can I have a photo? And he was like, hey, I'm with my family. Like, just be respectful, So I have to sometimes hold our staff back when they see somebody, but...
Were they the one in the Arts District?
Yeah.
This is Arts
Yeah.
District. Yeah, because there's a lot of filming down there, too,
That's it. I mean, there's a lot of films going on down
So
there.
there's a lot that happens. But like, there also back to the Star Wars pies, J.J. Abrams had said a couple years ago in LA Magazine that it was like a dessert thing, and he was like, yeah, I'm not a cake guy, I like pie, and my favorite is the apple from the pie hole. So that's
kind of how we started.
about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, we got a little geeky about that.
So we've had a little bit of a relationship with Bad Robot, and done pies for them, for their Thanksgiving, and they've purchased a lot of pies for their staff, and then like I said, we did the Star Wars one. So we just like to have fun,
Yeah,
like,
I mean, if it's not fun, I don't. Why
Yeah.
would you do it?
Yeah, exactly.
And he's got great ideas as well, to sit around and think of like what you think would be delicious and be able to do it is kind of
it's
the best part of having
Yeah,
a
it's
business.
kind of the best part of having a business.
Well, let's talk about what we have here real quick. Just introduce the pie. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try this pie. Here we go.
You're going to try to cut it first.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
well, also the thing that people don't realize a lot about pie is how many different, I know you've got a plastic.
That's going to be tough.
It's going to be super tough. But there's a lot of different things you can do with pie. This is a crostata, which is in the pie family. It's just baked flat without a tin. And this one we fill with chocolate and then top it with caramel and sea salt. So it's sort of like a fudgy brownie.
Yeah.
Is the consistency.
I can feel that.
But they've given you a challenge here. This is like Survivor, but like for pies. Like they gave
a plastic.
You have to MacGyver this.
Yeah, really just, okay.
You want me to help you out?
Yeah, sure. I mean, this is tough.
We are professionals.
Yeah, I know. I'll leave it to you guys.
I feel like they could have just given you like a little toothpick, right? So that's the other thing too, is we brought the sweet pies, but we also do savories. So you need to come down and try it. There's nothing better than mac and cheese, pot pie we do, and chicken and cornbread, and we do a shepherd's and breakfast pies, because that's the one thing people say, like, will pie ever outlast cupcakes? And we say yes, because you can have, a total meal. You might have to, there you go, get in there.
It's all good. Yeah.
There you go, you got it.
We're almost out of time here, but
We're not even
let's
having
try
any.
Yes.
that is so good. Wow. That's amazing.
It's
Best
all
pie
yours.
ever. Oh my gosh.
And the easiest to eat.
It's so good. This is all mine.
It's all yours.
It's all you.
Thank you guys.
You don't have to share.
Thanks.
Thank you guys so much for coming on the show.
We really
Thank you
appreciate
for
having us.
us, and we appreciate the students because they've been very supportive of us.
Of course, and we'll continue to support.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, just unbelievable pie. Thank you guys so much. So next week, tune in Wednesday at 6:30 again. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a good one.
You're watching Trojan Vision. For more of your favorite shows, check us out at trojanvision.com and like us on Facebook.
The year was 1938, and the U.S. sat on the brink of another world war. The American people looked for diversion from the trials and tribulations of a new century and its new problems. In 1940, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt authorized the release of an entirely new form of entertainment.
Today, a hope of many years standing is in large part fulfilled.
It was called the